It's time for another Dice Tower review with the Chief, Bart Brunscheen.
Hey, it's the Chief from the Dice Tower. Today we're going to talk about Whoya. Now it's funny because when I was in the Army, you kind of said Whoa. So kind of close. Whoa is like everything. Like, you know, hey, you want to go on an 8-mile run? Whoa. Whoa. Hey, how'd you like the gas chamber? Whoa. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but this is Whoya. This is a game that's going to be kind of like apples to apples. It's right in that realm. You have cluster fight in that realm. You have the dirty version of that, which is Cards Against Humanity. This is more about you, which is where they get the Whoya. It comes in this wooden box configuration, which I'll show you a little bit more in the close-up. A little bit unwieldy, but hey, it's going to catch your attention on the shelf. And kind of the cool thing about this, well, the only thing about this that makes it different is two things. One, you got cards that are all based on you, and I'm going to read some of these. And then the rules are just slightly different from apples to apples. Same kind of thing, that every time there's going to be a judge, so you're going to be out of that round. And the judge is going to be picking two things, though, instead of one. What they're going to be trying to do is saying, hey, this is my favorite card. Boom, whoever put this little writing in. By the way, you get your card and it's red, but then everybody writes on a little slip of paper, almost like the size of a Post-it note or something. And it comes with little pencils and things. And it's given to the person. They kind of shuffle it up and they read it so that the person, the judge, doesn't actually get to kind of see whose handwriting is whose. And then the judge also says, not only is this my favorite response, kind of like apples to apples, but I think Bixby was the one that made this guess. Now, two things happen here. If I'm right that Bixby was the one that made that response, the judge or I will get that card, so it'll go into my victory pile. If I'm wrong, just whoever had put in my favorite response gets the card. So it changes up that apples to apples thing just a little bit. And I'll read off a couple of these real quick, because you got 4 different base categories when these come around. You got Who Knew, which is this blue kind of card here, and they've got, for example, what is your favorite smell? So you're just going to write down on there whatever your favorite smell is, and who knows what that might be. You've got what is your real life superpower. This is cool. This is where I like this game, because not only are you getting to know the individual, but you can have a lot of fun with the dialogue that's going on here, as long as you like that apples to apples theme. Then you move into the if you cards, the red categories. If you could have one superpower, I like superpowers, which is why I selected those out and stacked them back to back. What would it be and why? I don't know, flying would be pretty cool, but I'd want to be bulletproof if I was getting shot at, which hopefully doesn't happen in my career. If you could take a selfie with anyone, who would it be? Gosh, you know, I'm not real big on taking photos of celebrities, but I don't know. So, but you can see, you can kind of figure this out, get it going on. You go, I don't always blame it on the dog, but when I do, my wife is not a fan of gas. That's all I'm going to say. Could be natural gas. I don't always dance in my underwear, but when I do, I look ridiculous. Okay? I just look ridiculous. And then you got Noodle Doodle. Noodle Doodle is crazy. I'm a horrible, this is where you get a little bit of the drawing coming in. I can't draw at all. I barely do stick figures good. For example, this one is doodle your greatest enemy or something you despise. I'm not going to be good at this. I'm telling you, I don't know what I would draw on stuff like this. This is where the drawing always breaks down for me. Still a cool concept. We'll go in and I'm going to show you a few bit more of these cards so you can kind of get a look at it, and I'll do a tied up shot on the box. And then I'll give you just a couple of final thoughts since you got most of mine already. All right, so here's Whoya and its display case. Now it kind of looks like it's wood. It's got a little bit of a breakdown here. The first thing I got to admit I had a hard time figuring out was, how does this thing open up? Where's the box? I thought this slid down. This actually slides open like a drawer. Which leads me to my second problem. When I opened it up, I wasn't too bright, and I was looking at the stuff on the back, and I opened it up, and I dumped all this stuff out. So I do like unique boxes that open in different ways. They can make it a little hard to stack, but I know it catches the attention on the shelf, and more power to you. So that's what this is. It opens as a little bit of a drawer, and I've already talked you through a few of these cards on here, but I'll talk you through a little bit more. You can see, just to kind of show you what comes with the game, is just a ton of little paper things that you're going to be drawing on. They give you a bunch of little tiny, like putt-putt golf pencils that you can write on. There's a little deal in here that makes you, you can go online and you can submit your own cards for the game, and I haven't really looked into that, but hey, if you're into that, you can submit your own little word guessing. And then I'll read off a few of these. There's 4 different color categories. So you've got this Who Knew category. What did you dream about being when you were younger? What do you dream about being now? Okay, all right, if that does it for you. Hey, I don't always go on family vacations, but when I do, all right, so again, remember the whole rules here. You're going to write it in just like apples to apples. The guy's going to, or the judge is going to try to guess who submitted that answer. If they're correct, they get the card. If they're wrong, whoever they picked is the one that's going to get the card and get the point. What mythical creature or animals best describe your first disposition first thing in the morning? Oh, mule. Mule. I'm hard to get up and get moving. Hello. If your life had a theme song, what would it be? I don't know. I wish it was Star Wars, but probably not. And then I got to admit, I'm not a big fan of the noodle doodles, but doodle one of your favorite childhood memories. I have tons of favorite childhood memories. I cannot draw them. I cannot draw them. I'm going to lose this category every time. By the way, there's a rules change on this one too. These don't go to the person to the left of the judge to read off. Obviously, it's a picture. They just go straight to the judge. The judge is going to know it's my pathetic artwork. But so what? It's all part of the fun. So there you go. 4 categories. There's a little bit of what everything looks like. And the number of cards you need to win is based on how many people are playing. According to this, you're playing with 4 players, you need 7. You're playing with 5, 6, 6, 5, 7, 4, 8 plus, you need 3. Or you can house rule that however you choose. All right, last final thoughts, and this will be short because I already kind of expanded on the game here already. My wife, when I first met her, she taught a Spanish class, and she kind of cobbled together her own game similar to this, and it was a get-to-know-you kind of game, and she used it with the Spanish students. And I think this would be great if you had a light party crowd that you didn't know everybody, and you were able to kind of, you know, expand upon that and see what you've got going on with these cards. Or it still works with those that are great friends with each other because you've got that guessing element that's in there. So I think it works real well with that. It's a step up from apples to apples, and definitely player friendly and not dirty like other games maybe that some people know about. So I love anything that comes into the category. So Whoya, you know, Whoya. See you guys. Chief, Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.